My name is Victor. I'm here at Kaduku MMA, and I'm going to show a move today that I've been using for quite a while. It's a pretty good move. I tend to use this move on for a reversal to get back on top after we went to the ground. But it's a submission move, but it's a pretty hard submission move to kind of pull off sometimes. So I use it as a transition to get on top. So basically, how I set it up is I'm in the guard. And I'm going to throw an arm bar like I normally throw an arm bar, but with no intention of really getting the arm bar, okay? If I get it, fine, but my whole move is based on not getting the arm bar, so, okay? So I'm going to control his head, I'm going to posture up, I'm going to throw the arm bar just like I do a normal arm bar, okay? Now what he's going to do, he's going to pull the arm out to counter my arm bar, so he pulls his arm out, and by him pulling his arm out, he leaves his other arm behind. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, once I realize that he leaves his other arm behind, I'm going to come up, I'm going to pull his arm back down this way, and I'm going to rotate back out here. And at the same time, I'm going to take my right hand, and it's going to hook his bottom of his leg right here. Okay, so as you can see, his arm's tangled up in between my legs. My arm's hooked his other leg right up here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my leg and I'm going to triangle my leg. And now I'm going to take his arm, I'm just going to hug it really tight, and I'm going to just collapse right on my hip. I'm going to collapse like this. Okay, now once I collapse it totally on my hips, I'm going to take this arm and I'm just going to bring it right over on top of my head this way. Same time I bring him over, I'm going to turn him down. So I'm going to turn him, his whole body rotated this way. And now I'm going to come back on top. I'm going to turn in my man, getting the under and over his arm. And as you can tell, my legs are turned into his head. Okay? So that's basically the move. I use this as a way to get back on top. And but it is a submission hold. But I use it as a way to get back on top. That's how I do it. So do it one time. I'm in the guard. Okay, I'm going to throw an arm bar, so I throw an arm bar, and he's going to yank his arm out. As soon as he yanks his arm out, I'm going to recognize his arm being trapped in this move again. So I'm going to take his arm, I'm going to bring it right to the mat, and then I'm going to swing out. Same time I swing out, I'm going to bring my head right down to his leg, and I'm going to hook his leg, just like this. Okay, so I'm really snugged in tight. Now my hips are going to collapse underneath his body, here. Now I'm going to bring his head, his body, his leg, right over my head, and I'm going to turn his whole body the other way around. So it's going to look like this. Boom. Now I'm going to rotate it back on top, turning into him, boom. Now I got my under and over. Now this is a really great submission move to end up in, so that's pretty much where my move ends. So thank you guys for coming in. Thank you.